So I have some surreptitious audio that I recorded on the road. That
I've been excited to hear about this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I feel we need to play. I first need to just set the scene. I did my little road trip back. Took a phenomenally out-of-the-way way to get there from Alabama. I went all the way up to Chicago and then over to Minneapolis. Got a chance to hang out with our executive producers, Paulo and Eric Nelson. Were
Shout out to them.
nice enough to put me up, and I had an incredible time. And I'll probably talk about that in the coming days because there was some great Minnesota stuff that happened. But I wanted to advance a little bit. After Minnesota, I was going across the Dakotas because I wanted to see the Badlands National Park and Mount Rushmore and all the kind of fun, weird South Dakota shit up there.
Took you about a week, right? Like
I was on the road for like 10 days.
yeah, like longer than a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did Mount Rushmore look like as advertised?
It was literally like you just get there, you're like, "Yep, take a picture and fucking split." That wasn't the. I was more stoked.
They don't even got a vending machine.
Yeah, they got like a gift shop and all that kind of bullshit. But it is, you pay $10 to park, you take picture, okay, and then you go. Like that was honestly, Mount Rushmore is the least exciting thing.
Go and look at it and be like, "Yep, they ruined this mountain."
Yeah, exactly. yeah, exactly. But the nearest like big city to all of those locations is Rapid City, South Dakota, and a town I'd obviously never been to before. But I do love a bargain, and I will say this before I say anything else: I have stayed in Motel 6s that were absolutely fine. Like, They were clean, they were small, they have zero amenities, and that, for me, most of the time when I stay in a hotel, I'm not there to fucking hang out at the hotel. I'm there to do other shit, so I don't mind. And so
it's a place to crash.
It's a place to crash, and I don't care. And this particular Motel 6 in Rapid City had I think it had like 1.5 stars on TripAdvisor, and I literally was thinking...
Kind of a given, you think, maybe?
I was seriously just thinking, I'm like, man, these are just people who are like complaining. Everybody loves to come to a Motel 6 and bitch moan and complain because they only have a bar of soap and not the little shampoos. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm a man,
It's like who reviews a win?
I got my own shampoo. I got my own toothpaste. I got my own body lotion. Whatever.
It's like who reviews like a Motel 6 or a Wendy's or whatever on a Yelp? It's like, you know what you're getting. Like,
but it come to find out, as soon as I got there, and got checked in and walked to my room, it was like a farce. It was like a movie. Like, the first thing I noticed, and this was after I'd already slapped down my credit card and like, all right, I'm gonna check in. I walk around the corner with my bags and I noticed that every surface of painted wall was chipping. Like, if you told me they were painting tomorrow and they had hit it with a sandblaster, I would believe you, but that was not the case. It was just neglect.
How old do you think this place was?
Well, I would assume it was probably built in like the 80s or 90s, and then based on the TripAdvisor reviews, because I did find a couple of positive reviews, and they were all from the year 2015, which means they painted it and redid it in 2015, and that's the last time they did anything there.
Sure. And then they had a bunch of people who worked there give positive reviews.
Yeah, I think so. There was so much, like, there was trash and dog shit covering like every single fucking inch of it. Like, it is crazy. And for people listening, hey, go to Mount Rushmore. Don't stay there, but fucking fact check me. It's the craziest fucking shitty hotel I've ever seen.
I would just like to say I just found an article. I don't know. It's not the most recent article. But the headline is "Rapid City, the most dangerous city in South Dakota."
Yeah.
Whole headline.
Sam, I found that out. I found that out myself. I went to the TripAdvisor. By the way, if you are interested in staying there tonight, $43. You can stay at this Motel 6. So you can see I was like, hey, $80 for 2 days. That's a bargain, baby. Because I did stay there for 2 nights.
So if you want to take a trip, go see Mount Rushmore, maybe you just killed your boss or something.
Yeah, you need to go on the lam. Yeah, you there was a big shootout on your land, and you got a briefcase with $1 million, and you're hiding from Javier Bardem. Great place.
Sure.
But just I want to run down. These are all TripAdvisor. These are not the full reviews. These are just the headlines of the reviews. There are 14 pages of 1-star reviews of this hotel, which is so funny because I didn't read this until today. These are just the headlines from a few.
You would think after like 10 pages, people would be like, I'm just not going to stay here based off these reviews.
I didn't read them until today. I was just like, I was literally looking. I was like, well, 1.5 stars. You guys are just complaining. Whatever. The water's a little too. The water pressure sucks. Whatever. Get over it. And then
most of the negative stars from a hotel, I would say, just comes from the amount of murder vibe coming out of it.
Well, this has
the amount of news it's made.
This is a heavy murder vibe. These are just some of the headlines from the reviews on TripAdvisor. Horrid, filthy, terrible. They were shooting up outside. Never again. Do not stay here. Don't go there. Worst night of my life. A drug den.
Bet they've had a pretty good life.
I know. Stay elsewhere. Stay anywhere else. Mold in room. Never again. Not even as a last resort. Bugs. Bugs, bed and otherwise. So those are 3 reviews that all just say bugs. There's a reason why I haven't stayed at a Motel 6 in 20 years. Blood on the sheets, sleep in the car, and then my favorite and the most mysterious, because they do not explain themselves, I have only experienced one room worse than this. And then they don't tell you what, and you're like, what was the other room? My God.
The Room, directed by Tommy Wiseau.
Right. Were you the girl that got violated with a mud shark by Led Zeppelin at the Edgewater Inn? What other room could be worse than this? So I did want to.
Maybe they were in the electric chair and then they got pardoned.
Yeah, the guy was like, I got buried alive one time. That was worse. This one says, the title is Never Got Out of the Truck. And it says, I checked in. My room was on the other side towards the interstate. That side of the building was rough. The paint was falling off, and there were 50 or more people running around the courtyard, some carrying pillowcases full of stuff, which a couple had flat screen TVs for sure. And I'm not sure if they belong to the hotel or not. And I doubt there was actually 50 people, but it's so much funnier to imagine. Some guy, it's like a
stealing from the hotel. It's a hideout. It's, you know.
But just pillowcases full of shit, just like running around in circles.
We stole
from our own house.
Live your criminal fantasies at Motel 6.
So I get there, I check into the room, and then I went out and went to a place called Sicky's Garage and got some wings.
How were they?
Fine. They were absolutely serviceable.
That sounds like they were decent but overpriced.
Yep, that's about right. But they tasted like wings. I mean, you know.
That's what wings are nowadays.
Sure.
Yeah.
Don't get me. Let's not even get me started on the price of wings and the quality in relation to the price.
There should be like 20 for a nickel. It's like they're all dry and they're all bone.
Chickens can't even fly. How good could those wings be?
I mean, really.
But I went to Sicky's and I got my wings and I was carrying them back to the room.
Sicky's.
That's what it was called. It was called Sicky's Garage, and you know.
Love to eat at Sicky's.
Love to put things from Sicky's in my mouth.
No better escape from COVID-19
than Sicky's. Yeah, exactly.
That's the true test of the vaccine.
This is what you can do when you're fully vaxxed. You can walk right into Sicky's.
You can lick the bar stool.
And you can lick Sicky's bar stool.
I can't wait. I'm dude. Let's stay at that Motel 6. I'd love to go.
Yeah. We'll stay at the Motel 6. We'll go to Sicky's and then we'll scissor. South Dakota rocks. I come back, and as I'm walking down the corridor, obviously all of the rooms face the outside. There are no hallways. I'm walking through the corridor, and I pass a police officer who kind of gives me like a evening, you know, and then
good luck.
Yeah, dude. And literally,
you don't want to go down that road.
Yeah, go down that road. He's got a Maine accent for some reason. Oh, don't go to that Motel 6.
Well, so I go to my room to get the key, and the cop goes to the room next to mine.
Oh, like pulls up with the lights on?
No, he was on foot. His cruiser was out in the parking lot, and he was just walking towards me. And we passed each other, and then, to my surprise, he went to the room next to mine. So whoever's next to me is causing an issue. And he, kind of like bangs on the door, and I, of course, because I'm nosy, just sort of like go in my room and leave the door open so I can hear what he's saying. And I'm just kind of like hiding out by the door listening, and I hear him say, ma'am, I don't want to take Clarence to jail, but he is very drunk. And I hear the woman in the next room go, fuck there he goes again, like that.
Yeah.
And then
no wonder he drinks.
Yeah.
I'm with Clarence on this one.
well, so
More booze.
and here's the crazy thing is like I think this cop actually did what cops should do, which was like, hey. And he said, he's like, I know Clarence is on parole. I don't want to take him to jail, but he's very drunk and needs to come inside, which is like fair. But after this, I was like, you probably should have taken him to jail, or to a hospital or something, because when they finally haul Clarence from the parking lot, he's contributing about 5% to his own mobility. Otherwise, he was just being dragged down this hallway.
Sure.
And it's at that point, after a little while, I was eating my wings from my Sicky's wings and watching a little Ace Ventura 2 When Nature Calls on TBS.
Was he forcing his way out of the rhino's ass?
Yeah, do they show that on TV?
No, that was...
Oh, absolutely they do.
that was me with the wings later. Hey,
I remember working at the bar, that movie would come on, and I would stop everything and be like, watch this! It's when Jim Carrey forces his head through that robotic rhino's ass.
So some time passes, and then I start hearing a commotion in the room next door. And, of course, this being Motel 6, the walls incredibly thin. It was funny because it was, damn near the 1-year anniversary of Vomit Guy.
Man,
and
classic.
In the case of
R.I.P. to that guy.
Yeah, we don't know what happened to him. People were asking me because I retweeted that when it was the first anniversary of Vomit Guy. People were like, what happened to him? I'm like, hadn't heard him in a while. I don't know.
You've been gone, but that house has been having considerably less loud parties than they have before.
They're on the
No one has
downswing.
lived in that house for 40 years.
yeah. They used to call me Vomit Guy. What am I now? What do I have left? Damn it.
I think you need to get the ghost hunters on it.
My children?
There's no one in there.
My disappointing children. I used to be something in this apartment building.
I was just a kid with a dream in L.A.
I just wanted to vomit so loud that it echoed through the walls of a home. So I did the same thing I did with Vomit Guy. I had all this shit that we're talking into right now. I had my full recording equipment. Didn't need it. It was so loud. I simply turned my iPhone recorder on, and I got a few samples for you, fellas. So let's. This first track is called "Knocking and Screaming." So let's.
Jesus.
So that's Clarence. So I think she says,
I love in the face of a horrifying situation, you giggle and record. I'd be like, oh no.
I was anticipating this moment, gentlemen. I knew we would be sitting here if I didn't die that evening. This would be mega funny. So, yeah.
This is the most hilarious domestic dispute I've ever heard.
Well, I will say, I saw how drunk this guy was.
Adrian? What did he yell?
This is just track one, man. Hold
Have
on.
you written a transcript? Something about YouTube.
Why not?
Why won't you put on YouTube?
You're fucking weird, I think is what she says.
Maybe he's yelling. Did he say you too?
I'm drunk.
I am a weirdo.
Or I am a weirdo.
I'm a weirdo.
You say I'm a weirdo?
Yeah.
He says,
You're right. Wow. I was trying to think. Oh, that's perfect.
he said you too because he was listening to the U2 album on his phone that no one listens to.
Well, this is Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. Don't ask me why.
You're drunk.
I'm not drunk. I like Bono.
I'm a weirdo.
This
At any
is,
point did this worry you that you were going to have to call the cops again?
You know what's funny? I was, no snitching. I don't care. I'm not calling the cops over nothing.
All right.
It was only today when I listened to the audio and cleaned it up, and there's going to be one particular thing that was said that I only realized what was being said today. That I was like, oh, this could have been horrifying. So, but yeah, we'll get there. This is track 2.
What? This could go wrong?
What? He didn't calm down and go to bed right after that?
This is track 2. I titled this one, Die for My Sister.
Everybody wanna fuck around with my sister or what? I'll die for my sister. What's up?
I'll die for my sister. What's up?
I thought he was saying, like, first he's like, I'll do it. I'll roll around in blood. I'd die for my sister. What?
I am just like in bed, just like, oh my God, this is fucking hilarious. Okay.
Okay. What did she say there?
No, that was him.
That was him?
He goes,
Yeah.
"What's up?"
I thought he was just saying fuck a bunch.
Yeah,
I thought he was doing like the Budweiser frog. What's up? You know, or whatever that is.
So at this point, someone comes to the door and bangs on it, and I assumed it was the hotel staff,
Yeah.
checking up on him because he's being insane.
Right.
Upon further review, I think it's someone else. So this is track 3.
I just thought about how he's on a first name basis with the cop.
Yeah. Cop was like, Clarence is drunk. He wasn't like Mr. Johnson or whatever. He was like, Clarence is destroyed right now.
You know, I also deal with you all the time because of Clarence.
100%. This is track 3. This is the shortest one. Did he go that way?
Did he go that way? Hey. Fuck! Oh, here now.
This is the last one. I just like that one because it goes, did he go that way? And then you hear the guy in the room going, fuck! And it's like, dude, this guy's looking for you. Shut up.
Wait, is that him or is
No, that's another guy. That's the guy I thought was the hotel clerk. But upon hearing the last thing I'm going to play you, I'm like, this is something else. Let's see. I hear. Oh, wait. Sorry, I didn't mean to start
You are
that one.
aware this does sound like the type of audio they show on documentaries about people being murdered.
100% it is.
Stupid comedian Rivers Langley thought it would be funny to tempt fate by putting himself up against a wall with the iPhone trying to record dumb people arguing.
Turns out this was the least funny podcast he ever recorded.
If it is admissible in court, we get to advertise for the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's someone else saying.
Did he go that way?
So someone's asking, where the hell is this guy? And he can't help himself. He just goes,
Fuck!
and so this guy's clearly looking for him. The woman has the door cracked, I assume. Is like, did he go that way? Is he in here? And you just hear him because he's too shit-faced go, fuck! So
They found me.
they found me somehow. And then finally, this last one, we already heard I would die for my sister. This is the last track. Don't threaten my brother.
God damn it!
Now, I don't know if you heard that because I had to listen to it a bunch. This is where, almost a week later, I felt like, oh, fuck. Because he says, I will put a bullet in your head.
What?
Listen. Or a bullet in your ass.
Or do you say I'll put a boot in your ass? It's the American way.
Yeah, it's Toby Keith.
Uncle Sam, put your name on the top of that list.
Beer for my horses.
Red Solo Cup. I'll drink you up. Let them burn.
I'll run that back. He says, I'll put a bullet in your ass. Which sets off the sister. Don't threaten my brother.
Should we be doing a podcast about this? Jesus, this is just horrifying, Rivers.
That is the scariest shit I've ever. How are you like, well, time to go to bed? They're exercising a demon out of him. Oh my God.
I just want to go on record as saying I do not like this.
That is so fucking scary.
Look,
I would be crying.
I didn't do anything to instigate it. I was just living it, brother. I was just living it, brother, and now I'm here to report.
Yeah, that's true. He's like a journalist.
I am a journalist, yes. I deserve a Pulitzer for what you just heard.
Now, imagine if, like, the next day you went to the front desk and you're like, sir,
right.
I could say I didn't have the most restful sleep.
So you see,
but I do enjoy the family stick-togetherness.
So you see, Clarence and his sister, I believe, are on heavy alcohol and D-rugs.
Let's just say the turn-down service was fine. Sickies, C+. Also, you may want to check next door because I think there was a murder last night. Maybe a couple of murders.
But yeah, as I said, when I was cleaning up that audio today, that is when I heard him say, "I will put a bullet in your ass." And I was like, oh, those walls, as you are hearing, incredibly thin. I don't think they could stand up to much more than an air rifle.
What I like to think of now is because you didn't hear a gun go off, you went to sleep.
No.
It just, the situation peacefully resolved itself.
Shit. Well, the next night, the cops were back. Obviously.
For you this time?
Yeah, for me. Yeah, because I was breaking the law. I had too much sickies.
Blood on the sheets is a complaint, a regular complaint at this Motel 6.
The next, and what was crazy was the first night I was kept awake by the calamity of man, and then the subsequent evening, the calamity of nature. When I got like 60.
You stayed there a second night.
I told you this. I got 2 nights. It was $80 for 2 nights, Carter. That's a bargain.
How after that first night, you weren't like, I gotta go find a Ramada? Or
no, because I was like, who's gonna stay in the room next to me tomorrow night? Let's bring on the parade of crazy.
That is sadism. That is the Euromasochist.
Bored COVID makes you.
Yeah, that honestly sounds thrilling to a degree. I've been staring at a wall for a year.
This is,
Well, I had a lot of shit I wanted to see in southwestern South Dakota, so it made sense, but I stayed a second night, and then the second night there were 70-mile-per-hour winds, so all of that dog shit and trash and stuff, literally at one point, like, my windows were, like, rattling, and the little bits of air around the door were creating an actual, like, haunted house moaning noise, like like that, like it was like whale sounds on the underside of a boat or something.
Yeah,
like, and it was terrifying. And I like peeked open the window. I was like, "What?" Like, it woke me up, and I like opened the window, and there's just a like basically a tornado of Mountain Dew bottles and just beer cans and dog shit just spinning around.
A literal shitstorm.
It was an actual shitstorm.
Let me ask this though: they have HBO?
No. Yeah. It's a Motel 6.
Dude, they don't have good channels in fucking motels anymore. I fucking stayed at one when I was moving out here, and it was way less. It seemed sketchy. There wasn't fucking people screaming. But it was definitely it was built like 50 years ago, and all you get is like TBS and TNT. You get like basic cable.
Yeah.
It's like fucked up. The sketchiest part about that one is there's a window in the bathroom that just had a really shitty old 50-year-old like turn lock on it.
Yeah.
And it just opened up into just an empty parking lot where just anybody could just come and break your window very easily and murder you.
You wonder how many people have like blown their brains out to like This Is Us or something.
I know, truly.
Motel.
Hey, well, if Ace Ventura's on, that's nothing but Happy Town for me.
I was about to say, like, yeah,
that'll stave off the encroaching darkness for at least 2 hours and 7 minutes.
Look, Mommy, the rhino's giving birth.
Shut up, Clarence.
I want to die.
You must be the Monopoly guy. Do y'all want to hear the 1 5-star review that I found of this hotel?
Oh, of course.
Mary B from Portland, Oregon, 5 stars. Nice for a Motel 6. This is better than average Motel 6 with a nice staff, clean room, and nicer than average everything. Next time through, I will stay here again. And then it's a bunch of random things, which means that she was typing this in the motel, and she got shot in the back of the head, and her fucking head hit the keyboard.
And just rolled over onto the enter button.
And hit send, yeah. And there's just the blood pours out into the keyboard. The laptop catches on fire.
My recommendation is to try singing. Oh, no! No, God, no, what are you doing? Stop, no!
No!
Yeah,
that's a knife.
Christ.
I was making little notes for myself for things that like little funny things that I thought would be funny to talk about on the podcast, and I've completely forgotten my final note, which just says Idaho, huge machete, and I don't remember what that meant, but anyway,
we got those around here.
Yeah,
you don't gotta go to Idaho to see a huge machete.
Absolutely, my God.